Bonsoir. Today's reading is the 11th of January, but these are all timeless. It's like whenever you see it is when you're meant to see it. I want to start with these today to see what the collective's energy is at the moment. Okay, let's get into it. What is the energy of this collective, please? What is the current energy of this collective, please? So maybe you're feeling used by someone around you or someone's. You're feeling underappreciated at the moment by those around you. Pregnancy, someone is expecting, or your expectations of people have been, I'm hearing this specifically, your expectations of people has been dashed, like you're feeling let down. What is the current Earth sign? So you could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. There could be someone around you that you're feeling used by that's an Earth sign. If not, this is something that has been around for years. So these are people that are permanent fixtures in your life, family, maybe even friends, that are kind of always asking for handouts. I just heard you're always needing to fix their problems, give them money, do things for them, and you feel obligated because they're family. So these are people that have been around you for all your life. And it might have taken you a few years to start seeing things clearly, see that you're being used, and that's why you're perpetually feeling undervalued or underappreciated because of this. This has taken you some time to remove the blindfold. Move on. Someone is unavailable, a waste of time, it's over. So the people that you've been investing in or always helping, fixing their problems, propping them up financially, you're wanting to move on from this. There could also be someone that is on your mind that you think that they've moved on, that they're unavailable, and that you're wasting your time thinking about them, because whether you know for fact or whether it's actually something you've just made up in your mind, this is something that you feel it's not reciprocated. I just heard it. In your mind, you've made up that this person isn't available anymore to you. Questioning whether you're wasting your time on this. But I'm also seeing that this more predominantly as you wanting to move away from the people that figuratively and physically move away from the people that have made you feel this way for years, that have made you feel used and underappreciated. All right, gold digger. No, it's not the right time. Can I get one more for that, please? A lost loved one watches over you. That to me confirms that this is family. And I know that seems strange, but it's almost as if you had a close relationship with someone in your family, or someone at least that you saw as family, that has since passed. Very specific detail. Someone that you were close to. They're guiding you. They're watching over you right now. And the reason I feel like it's family is because it's kind of like your ancestors that have since gone and generations beyond that watch over you, that are guiding you to move forward in life. Their family, And they would see that the family that you have now in this lifetime are holding you back, and they're trying to guide you away from them. And I say this on here all the time, it's not that you have to cut them off completely, but there needs to be some strong boundaries, because this is clearly a pattern that's been repeating for years, where you have to constantly pick up the slack for your family. You've got a lost loved one that's guiding you through this right now. No, it's not the right time, to me, actually speaks more to your mindset. It's always, I will, instead of now. Now's as good a time as any to move away from this. There is always going to be some disaster, some problem that needs solving for these people. It's time to cut the cord. I think there's always a reason in your mind why it's not time yet, and you're just withholding your future from yourself. Earth sign, and you've already been doing this for years. And like I said, this could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn that's at the front of your mind, that comes to your mind when it comes to this being used. Or it could even be the lost one that watches over you, is a earth sign as well. They've been guiding you for years. Ever since they passed, they've been your guardian. Open up your heart, it'll help you attract more love. You feeling bound to this, by the way, is what's keeping you from love as well. Distance. So you're at a distance from an earth sign then, and it's been years. At least 1 to 2 years that you've been at a distance from this person. It's not just years that there's been distant, physical distance between you, but actual emotional distance, which says to me you haven't spoken in years either. So I think Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn is an important sign here. This person that you're at a distance from, that perhaps you believe has moved on and is unavailable, that you've been wasting your time thinking about them, but that also this has been someone that you've known for years, you've had many cycles with, and also you're at a distance from each other, physically and emotionally. Move on. And perhaps you even felt used by this person in the past, but I get this feeling like you're seeing things differently now, especially if you're feeling underappreciated by those around you right now. So you're seeing this person differently. Whoa, did you see that? This confirms exactly what I was thinking. Caution. Find out more information, but don't overwork yourself. This isn't something you know for fact. You don't know that this person has moved on and is unavailable. You don't know that it's a waste of time. You're overworking yourself trying to find that out, but you actually don't know for fact that this person has moved on, and they're clearly at the forefront of your mind. The distance between you two is a big thing, like an obstacle in your mind. How do we close the distance? But I think also because you haven't spoken to this person in so long, yeah, see, that was meant to come out. Open up your heart, it'll help you attract more love. You are opening up or they're guiding you. This person, this family member that's been your guardian since they passed. So this person might have even passed when you were a child, and they've been guiding you ever since. All the lessons you've learned, as hard as they've been guiding you through it. And ultimately, whoever this earth sign is that you're at a distance from, they haven't moved on. You don't know that for fact, and you're overworking yourself trying to find that out. You haven't had communication with this person in a year or two, at least. Could be more than that. And so you're unsure of how to approach, basically, but they're guiding you to open up That's also another reason why solo time and writing, being creative, is something that's important, because you're going through a level up right now. You are ascending. And maybe that's also why you're feeling a bit raw at the moment. Sacral chakra. That's, again, creativity. So I actually think you're quite on the mark here. Your intuition's quite good right now. You're healing a lot around creativity and being able to show that sensitivity and that gift that you have within, without being ashamed of it. And so there's a lot of activation around your sacral chakra right now. And there could also be a memory around pregnancy with this person, that this earth sign. And the womb is also like your home, so where you feel safe. Divine timing. So divine timing is at play here, and they're asking you to surrender to it. That you need to trust that, especially with that guardian angel, they're guiding you back towards your person. So you need to trust that the time that you're taking now to work on yourself, that solo time, is important. It's part of moving you towards inner union and union with your person. Okay, so before I tap into what you think is going on and what's actually going on, I want to get a spirit animal for you both. So what's going on, where you're at energetically, and where this person connected to you is at energetically. Let's do the feminine first. I don't know if it's the feminine I'm speaking to or the masculine yet, but I'm going to get one for feminine and one for masculine. What is the feminine's current energy, please? What is the feminine's current energy, current spirit, please? Oh, the wolf. They're very protective of their tribe. Okay, what about the masculine? The masculine's current energy, please. Obviously want to be very specific about what energy that a masculine's in. I went to go say you are in, so maybe you are the masculine. Interesting. That's a twin card as well, twin flame card, because the swans mate for life. They're a pair. They're monogamous. Okay. This could actually speak to the fact that the feminine is in quite a masculine energy right now, taking a lot of action in their life to move forward and to do things that are going to benefit them and their family. And you're coming more into your, especially with that open up your heart, it'll help you attract more love. You're starting to really learn your feminine side, your compassion, your nurture, because you need to balance both. So it doesn't matter that she's in masculine right now and you're in feminine if you're the masculine, because you need to balance the two polarities. They need to come into balance so that you can have that equal give and take. And that might be something that was quite wounded in you before. If you're the masculine and you're working on your divine feminine right now, if you were quite broken in the department of empathy and compassion, that's what you're needing to find balance in. And this is earth too, so the feminine's the earth sign. Okay, let's find the wolf. So you could be an earth water pairing. Yeah, see, guardian of family and tribe, activism and rituals. So you might know them to be quite passionate about problems in the world or certain causes and stuff. But the wolf's mission is to uphold the well-being and longevity of the pack. Healthy wolf energy expresses itself through activism, mentorship, humanitarian efforts, or teaching, religious or political studies. The wolf gets into trouble when it assumes every member of the tribe must follow suit. This includes children walking in their parents' footsteps. Although it will surely be uncomfortable at first, practicing tolerance helps balance our agitated wolf energy. Contemplate the following: embrace all, exclude none. So this person might have had a bit of a stubborn streak to them too, and if you were both stubborn, you might have butted heads a lot, and this person's needing to balance where you're balancing empathy and compassion, they're needing to balance that not everyone thinks the same way they do. Their outlook on life, they've projected a lot, assuming, it could even be something really pure-hearted, like them assuming that because they wouldn't hurt someone, that no one's going to hurt them. And then they're always shocked when someone ends up hurting them because they don't think that way, that they're going to get hurt. So it doesn't always have to be that they just assume everyone's going to be nasty. It could be that too. It could be one of those where but I'm leaning more toward, because that's the example I thought of straight away. It feels more like this person thinks everyone thinks like them because they never have ill intentions towards anyone. So it never occurs to them that other people would have ill intentions towards them. So they need to learn to balance it. It's not a bad thing to assume the best in people, but also needing to find that balance so that they don't take crap from people either. When in balance, reliable, democratic and fearless. When out of balance, judgmental and dominating. To bring into balance, practice letting go. So they're needing to let go of their assumptions of people, or it's hard because it's not even necessarily bad to assume the best in people, but it then means that you're going to struggle to protect the people you love because you don't know what's coming. And yes, you can't control everything, but again, it's about finding balance. Assume the worst, expect the best. I think this person, this feminine, is finding that they need to, it's not about losing that purity, but it's about still knowing to be cautious of people sometimes. All right, so you're the swan. Effortless creativity, sensitive mystic, and elegant power. So as well, it could be that you're a sensitive person and you hide that part of you. I'm actually seeing this as polar opposites in the sense of this person is used to just assuming that because they wouldn't hurt anyone, that they're never going to get hurt, or assuming that because they don't, their intention's not to hurt you, that they don't still end up hurting you though. Whereas you hide your sensitivity, so you assume that people are going to be the worst. So you hide that part of yourself that is quite sensitive and nurturing and compassionate. So where they're needing to toughen up, in a sense, if you want to say that, you're learning to become softer and not hide your sensitivity because it's actually a strength. That's how you're mirroring each other. The swan represents heightened creativity. In Hindu mythology, the goddess Saraswati, which is the embodiment of language, creativity, and artistry, rides on the back of this graceful creature. The swan is ready to take us there, to the fluid realm of writing, creating, and reflecting. This potent and healing energy is not to be taken for granted or taken lightly. I just heard you write poems or songs. That might be where your sensitivity shines, when you actually put it onto paper. You're quite good at making up poems and things on the spot. That's where your creativity lies. When the Swan card appears, your soul is calling for attention, for solo time. An inner voice is waiting to be heard, an inner vision likely to be revealed. When in balance, infinite creative power. When out of balance, agitated, snippy, and lacking vision. To bring into balance, solo time and writing. So you need to spend some time with yourself alone to really hone that creative skill. Whether that's poetry, whether that's songwriting, it doesn't have to be writing, but those are just the examples that came to my mind. All right, so let's see what you think is going on then. I'll get these ones, the Journey deck. What does this collective think is going on? Oh, well, that's not bad, because I think that's exactly what is happening. So you believe that you're ascending, that you're receiving light codes, and those light codes are helping you to upgrade in life. Okay, so let's pick up where we left off. Had to leave for a minute. Funny though, it made me think how we get, as readers, confirmation sometimes of things. And it's just funny, when I was starting this next part, I received a message and I had to go do something, but it just kind of confirmed that first part for me, very similar. And it's funny how we tap into a certain energy, and how there's just weird ways in which the universe confirms for you that you're on the right track. But anyway, we'll get back into it. So the last card was Divine Timing, Patience, Surrender, Trust. So you need to, or I actually think that because you have been trusting the universe for a long time, when it comes to this, you're hoping that whatever symptoms you're going through right now are ascension symptoms. It's like your intuition is telling you to trust that this leveling up that you're going through right now is going to upgrade your life. And if you're getting a lot of inspiration when it comes to creativity, like poems, like songs, whatever it may be, it's almost like that intuitive inspiration you're getting is actually helping you to trust the process. Even though you can't see exactly what the outcome is, it's like trusting that you know you're being led properly. This to me says you feel very in touch and very kind of, you've surrendered to the journey. But they're asking you to have more patience, which is one of the hardest lessons to learn, because timing for us is very different for timing to the universe. The concept of it is very different. Did I catch that? I did. Surprise call. That's crazy. I was just saying how I had to go when I was starting this next part because I got a message about, well, it didn't turn out to be an emergency, but at the time it was an emergency. I think that you're believing that you're going through this right now because there is something coming for you, and not in a negative way. You might be about to receive some surprise information, or I just heard as well, you're about to get an intuitive call to reach out to this person. As in, you're going to have this moment of pure clarity where you just know that it's time to reach out. And it's not just going to surprise this person connected to you, but it's going to surprise you because you're just going to have this clarity come over you to make that take that action, which would make sense if you are the masculine that I'm speaking to. And as well, maybe you have heard from your feminine. Maybe they have reached out to you and it was that you had a missed call from them or something. Wisdom. So there's wisdom in your creativity. The light codes that you receive from up above, the way you channel it, whether it's through writing, maybe you play music, there's some way in which the wisdom that you download intuitively from up above, you then create with it. You could be a painter as well, but intuitively, you know that the creativity is coming from up above. And you also may be seeking knowledge as far as spirituality goes, but you could also be seeking knowledge as far as what your purpose is, like what your outlet is for creativity. So say for instance, if you do like writing poems, or you just naturally are a poet, you might be seeking knowledge on how to publish, self-publish, or how to write a book, or like, I don't know why those are the two examples and why poetry is sticking out in my mind so much. So I feel like you resonate with that you feel like you are a poet. You might have a way with words. You might have been told all your life that you have a way with words, that the things that you speak are quite wise. Sometimes you might even be having conversations with people and you start just kind of passionately going on this tirade, and then afterwards you're like, whoa, where did all that come from? And it's because you were channeling it from up above. And there's been rejection over this. There's been a lot of rejection in your life over your creativity, which would make sense as to why you've hidden your sensitivity. And now you're being called to tap into that sensitivity, because it's actually a gift that you have. That gift you have of your sensitive side is what makes you a poet. And we need people like that in the world. There's so much darkness. We need that kind of light in the world. So that you hiding that is selfish in a way, because there's people that will benefit from your light. So I think that rejection wound that you have from growing up, and either people told you were too much, or when you would say these things that were so prophetic or wise, people would go, you're weird, and it really created this thing in you where you needed to hide that side of you. This is what you're being called to level up from now. And I think you're trusting in that. Divine timing. Projection. This is what I was talking about earlier. The world is your mirror. So when you think if you think everyone's sneaky, then that is what you're going to attract in. And it also means that you need to reflect on your deceitful behavior. What's sneaky in you? What's underhanded about you? And when you then assume everyone else is like that, I think part of you thought that this person, when I was saying before about how what they're needing to work on is when they think everyone thinks like them, their pure heart, they don't even assume anything bad about people, because they wouldn't do that themselves. And that's sometimes what gets them into sticky situations. Whereas you're the other side of the mirror that assumes everyone's bad, and you project that out onto the world. That's how you're mirroring each other. You're the polar opposites, one that's too trusting and one that's not trusting enough. And unfortunately, you're not trusting in the pure heart of this person would have added to that fuel that caused the conflict, that caused the separation. And I think you have had probably one of your biggest lessons has been to learn to trust. Not everyone. Again, that's the issue that your counterpart has, that they need to learn that not everyone has good intentions, and maybe that's what you taught them. But what they taught you is that there are some people you can trust, and certainly them with their pure heart, there's someone you can trust that did want to nurture you and the love that you two shared. you've been having to learn how to surrender and trust on this journey, and to learn that you can trust certain people, that not everyone's out to get you, not everyone's sneaky, not everyone has an ulterior motive. Karmic connection. So that's the thing. I said family at the beginning. I think that you have karmic family. Most of us do. But as well, you may have gone to a karmic connection after this separation occurred with this earth sign, as well as maybe you've had all your people up to your person were karmic connections, which is why you constantly questioned this feminine, because all you'd known up till that point was karmic connections. So that's why it was hard for you to trust what you had with your feminine, because you always were waiting for the other shoe to drop, like they were about to pull the mask off and show you that they were a monster underneath all along. And because of that, it created turmoil in the connection, and obviously you had to separate. There was physical distance put between you. Leo season could be significant, July 23rd to August 22nd, yeah. Wow. You've got, passion came out with that. You've gotten both surprise cards. You've got surprise call and then unexpected, which is knock knock, surprise, caught off guard. But that came out with passion, which is all about chemistry and desire. So there could actually have been an issue around you being tempted by a karmic connection after this, or even during it, like as in the temptation to go towards what seemed easier at the time, or the kind of connection that you recognize, so it's comfortable even though it's not healthy. That's what you were tempted by, the temptation you gave into it. But I'm also seeing this as you weren't expecting to not be able to get over this person. If anything, the chemistry you have with them, the desire to go back towards them has only strengthened with time, and that's what catches you off guard. Because I think as well, you put them in the category of a karmic for a long time as well. Because although you recognize that you love them, you thought that you'd be able to just get over it like you have with every other connection, and you haven't been able to, and it's shocked you. Clairvoyance, clear seeing future events beyond the realms. You might even notice, and Leo's poking out, so you could be a Leo. But I think, so maybe you're an earth fire pairing, like they're an earth sign and you're a fire sign. But I'm also seeing this as you have this ability to predict things happening, and that's a lot of where your trust issues come from too, because things, when they've been negative, you've predicted them happening. So then you trust that, but then at the same time it means that you distrust the people, or in this case the one person that you should trust. They got lumped in with everyone else that you had good reason to not trust. Can I get one more for that, please? Yeah, secrets. There's some secrets here that are plaguing you. It's like a combination. I feel like you have secrets that you have kept close to your chest. Probably, most likely, the secrets that you have been keeping is your desire towards this person, especially because it's been a long time. I don't think you've revealed the fact that you still desire this person to them. I feel like maybe you haven't even revealed it. I don't think you've confided in anyone about it, or if you have, you haven't taken any action towards this person still to reveal you still feel the way you do. Trauma, overwhelmed, isolation, heaviness. And that's I think there's an issue here around not wanting to repeat cycles. There's a lot of childhood trauma here that leads to the mistrust, that leads to assuming that all love is going to hurt you. And you did get hurt in this connection, and so did this person, but it was only based off of you both reacting out of your traumas that you already had, bringing out the worst in one another because of traumas you already had, and you brought it out in each other. So that's why separation happens. That then put you into isolation, and that heaviness has been what you've been trying to break free from. But I actually, because this is how what you think is going on, I think that you are seeing everything quite clearly now. This, to me, kind of looks like you know that you need to take action, and you know what brought you to this point and why things played out the way they did. It's like you're seeing it all from up above. Yeah. So despite the trauma, you've come into inner union. You've found your sovereignty. I am spirit. I am divine light. We are all connected. They are me, I am them. You've got air, so you've been very trapped in your mind about this for a long time. And also there could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius involved in this. Okay, well, let's get into what is actually going on. What is actually going on here, please? This is that caution, find out more information, but don't overwork yourself. I think this is where you've been overworking yourself, trying to find out more information about this person, using fake accounts to try and... It's like you have these suspicions that you're mistaking as intuition. Then you go spying, and then you think that what you're looking for, you're getting validation from social media, and then you're spiraling because you think you've gotten the answer, and it's not it's like opening Pandora's box. It's like that you're finding out stuff that you didn't want to find. But this is why they're saying caution, find out more information, but don't overwork yourself. You think you know the answers. You think you know what you're looking at, and you don't. You don't actually know the truth. You're trying to find it, and you're trying to get confirmation of your bias that things are the worst case scenario, but you don't know for fact. Time, another card about divine timing and having patience here, but now is not the right time as well. But time will bring unexpected changes, and you did get that unexpected card. So again, I'm still feeling as though they're saying to you, you are going to have this moment of clarity where you're just going to take action. In time, the truth will reveal itself to you, and you will know when it's time to bite the bullet and take action. Maybe even right now when you're watching this, you're thinking, I have no intention of going towards this person again. But something's about to change. Lost, running away, the emptiness that you have been trying to fill up with other things. And as well, maybe you've been feeling invisible because this person's cut-off game was quite strong. Like they have not chased you. You're feeling very cut off from their world, which is why you spy. It's been a long time here. That's exactly what I was seeing with that magnifying glass. You've been putting up a wall of hiding behind fake accounts. You look in on this feminine, but you're hiding. It's not as if you're doing it from a main. And then it's painful to watch them, but it's almost like you're addicted to it. But you feel safe by having that wall, by not showing up authentically as yourself. But whatever you see them doing, it makes you apprehensive, and then you put your guard up and you continue to watch from afar. But it's like you're keeping yourself in pain by doing that. Because that magnifying glass you've got over them, you're peering in, and then because you're feeling cut off by them and you're having to spy, it causes you pain. Family. So family've got in the way here. You might have been talking or planning to start a family with this person, and then everything fell apart. But I think there's something to do with your family. I've been saying it since the very first part. There's something to do with your family that makes you not feel really seen and heard and understood, and you feel underappreciated, which is now making you look in on this person, and it's causing you pain because the realization that this person really is family to you, that you want to build a family with them, that they were trustworthy and that they did make you feel safe and secure. It's taken you a long time to figure that out, though. Don't forget, this is the universal truth. This is what's really going on. So this is the divine saying you are in a twin flame connection. This person, the reason you felt lost, the reason that desire towards them has not softened, has only got stronger, is because they're your twin. You are them, they are you. Reflection of your soul, mirrored emotions, your other half. And I think that is also what's made you feel so lost, because they're your other half and you feel cut off from them. It's a weird feeling of like you're cut off from half of you. So of course you're left feeling empty and feeling invisible to them. And then you try to run away from those feelings, but you're running away from yourself constantly. Does that make sense? And jealousy, I think what you see when you spy creates jealousy. And you may have even talked about this person in a way that made it seem like you were bitter because of either the attention they got or the pettiness of just feeling cut off from this person. So it was like you became that, the person that you're always protecting yourself from is actually within you. That's your projection. So your mistrust and your pettiness in the way you spoke about your feminine out of jealousy, because it's like your ego was bruised. So you didn't like that they cut you off, even though you ended things. And there's an element too of you, it's kind of like that projection of if you kept saying to them, don't talk to people about our connection because that's what you were doing. Again, I think this is something that you're very aware of. You're actually quite in tune. Like, yes, I know that sounds not the nicest thing to hear. Yeah, revealing the truth, confession, shedding light. I think you see the truth now, especially in what you think is going on. It actually ties in quite similar. So you are very in touch with the universe. What you think is going on, you are picking up. You didn't get twin flames or anything like that, but you do feel this desire, this magnetic pull towards them. And the universe is saying there's a reason for that. But family's definitely gotten in the way here, and you and the spying is definitely kind of a petty. It comes from a wounded place of your bruised ego. You don't want to show that you're looking at them so much, so you hide. That's something that they're trying to break through to you right now. And perhaps that's the unexpected. You're just going to, it's like you're going to wake up one morning and call them or text them or even email them or maybe reach out on social media, and it's going to shock you. It's something you're not expecting to do because you've been doing this for so long. I'm feeling called to get one more. The influences. That's what's been blocking you. Others involved, third parties, intervention, manipulation. The people that you've chosen to surround yourself with have been a huge obstacle here. And this is what happens with twin flames. Your family will use your twin flame as the scapegoat for your depression and all the other things that are wrong in your life, as if when they came in, that's when your life was ruined. When the reality is they'd already done plenty of damage to you before this person entered your life. And the reason things went downhill with your twin flame is because you were coming from a wounded place and they were coming from a wounded place, and you were reflecting it to each other. But it's very easy for your family and friends to then influence you to believe the source of all your misery is this person. So once you remove them, everything will be fine. Was it? Have faith. They're wanting you to trust this feeling that you have towards gossip. Sorry. Spreading rumors, petty conversations, smearing your image, making you the fool. The funny thing is that it's like you acted out of pettiness. You acted like a fool because you felt like your ego was bruised from your twin flame, and that may be so to some degree, but it's the people that you've, wasted your time on. But I can't even say wasted, because it's something you had to go through. And now that you're feeling unappreciated, now that you're seeing that you've given attention to the wrong people and the wrong things, you are coming full circle back around to realize what this person means to you and to take action. It's all meant to happen that way, but it's still something that you think, oh, I wasted so much time trying to run away from this because other people's opinions bothered me, instead of being secure in who I am and who I love and not caring what other people think. But for them to have those opinions, it means you went and spoke badly about your twin flame to them. For them to be able to say though, to speak ill of your person, means that you gave them the opportunity to do so. And that's what I mean about projection. If you were telling your twin, don't involve other people in the relationship because they're always going to have your side because they're only hearing your side, that's actually what you were doing. And that's what you project. All right, one more. Influences. But you're single. Yeah, the influences were toxic, but that's 100% what I was saying anyway. Their delusions ended up twisting what your connection really was, and they fed you poison and you listened to it. very unhealthy patterns. But because they were permanent fixtures, because they were family, or they are family, it still gets in. It still burrows in there, even though you might even think at the time you're hearing it that it's not getting to you. It did. And over time, it ended up, what's the word I'm looking for? I went to say degrading, but it did degrade your connection, but it ground it down till you ended up sabotaging it. But you both in your own right sabotaged it when you were acting out of your wounding. But the lessons you've learned now that's needed so much time has brought all this to the surface so that you could work on it and then see these unhealthy patterns. But you're not with anyone right now. You're single, and while you're in this kind of solo moment, they're trying to get you to break free from the attachments you've had to these toxic behaviors and toxic opinions, the poison that was getting into your mind when it came to this connection, and even just life choices. So if you're wanting to be with this person and there's certain goals or certain dreams that you aspire to, and their poison makes you feel like not trying, that's their cross to bear. That's their delusions because of their wounding. That doesn't mean you have to follow suit. That's, again, their cross to bear. So again, like I said, you're quite tapped in. The only thing that you didn't really haven't tapped into is the fact that you're dealing with a twin flame situation. Still it isn't clear to me yet whether you're the masculine and they're the feminine, but I am feeling more pulled towards you, this collective being the masculine. And you might not even know what twin flames are. This might be a new concept to you, but your feminine is the other half of you. Your person. But toxic people and behaviors, just unhealthy patterns you've repeated your whole life and been influenced by your whole life, caused separation. But you're awakening now, and that's the ascension that you're going through. You're awakening to this stuff now, and it's time for you to level up. Okay, so I want to get these ones to see, what's this? Summer. We're in summer now, aren't we? Yeah. Okay, let's see what you can expect. What's next for this connection, please? Forward steady movement. Can you confirm woman for me, please? Or actually, your feminine might already be a mum. Okay, anyway, so you've got bear, you've got tracks, and woman. I'm seeing this as, especially when I was just talking about how these unhealthy behaviors have kept you stuck in life as far as what your actual dreams are, and especially if it's tied to your sensitive side, that is the poet. So perhaps even, especially if you're the masculine, where you've been influenced that you should do hard labor, or you need to be doing physical labor. There's no substance to poetry or writing songs or being a writer in general. It's like you'd be the first one in your family to kind of go down that path. There's something about that you're about to really move into. Or being a coach. This even says coach, boss, CEO, judge, coach. But this says mama bear. And because the third card was woman, that's why I feel like I'm talking to the masculine, because you're meant to take steady forward movement towards this feminine energy. This is your love interest, your spouse. This is the feminine energy that you're meant to go the distance for. And this is a travel card as well. But this is the focal point that starts everything, especially if you remember this feminine to be. And 333, I've seen that every time, and I haven't mentioned it, but I am now, because 333 is all about tapping into your creativity. I think that your feminine, you would have memories of them believing in you. So whatever it is you wanted to pursue, whether it was just, it doesn't have to be poetry. That's what I keep hearing. But whatever it is that you desired, you have memories of this feminine going, I believe in you. Let's do it. However I can help you, I'll help you. Let's do this together. And you had goals together that you aspired to before everything started to go downhill. But you're meant to go the distance with them. You are them, they are you. You were meant to do this together. You are on track though, because you are going through this ascension, you are leveling up, so you are having steady forward movement. This card even is number 3. The 15th of October could have been an important date for the two of you as well. A breakup, a makeup, an anniversary, whatever, but you've got 15th of October, then you've got 3, and you've got 29. Whatever this goal is here with this bear, it is meant to be with your person. Even if it's not that you're actually working together specifically, but you two together then expand what is meant for you. Does that make sense? As in, it's kind of like that sliding doors moment where if they don't come into your life, that purpose won't be fulfilled. It's like their presence in your life starts to open doors that wouldn't open if they weren't there. And that's not to say you use them for their connections and things like that. But things play out. Destiny plays out when the right person is in your life. Yeah, crossroads. Full moon. Yes, the time has come. The time has come to be your own boss. Take charge and make this dream a reality. Sudden, unexpected. That's another card about sudden, unexpected things happening. Sudden, unexpected surprise. Cut, release. Release these people, these patterns, these behaviors, because you're about to have harvest season if you see the lesson and really this is about ripping off the band-aid. A reckoning is coming, and fall is when it's going to happen. So February is fall, so not long. Because November, December, January is summer, isn't it? And then February, March, April is fall, or in Australia we just say autumn. So February, March, April are important months for you here to change your ways and cut out these people that don't do anything but feed you poison, because they haven't evolved. And people who aren't ready to change don't want anyone else around them to change. Misery loves company. It's time to cut and release. I'm seeing someone literally fishing. Cut and release that. There might even be an accident, especially because that says accident. And for that to confirm tracks, I'm actually seeing that as you need to focus on your needs. So if something happens, an accident happens, and you're always the fixer, the problem solver, the one that comes in and gives your family money every time there's a situation, you need to focus on your needs now, and you need to move on from them because they need to deal with it themselves. And when you do that, when you release them, You're going to complete a cycle that you've been stuck in your whole life. The time has come. It's time to focus on you. And then that culmination of effort is bringing you abundance. And trust in divine timing, that even though it might feel wrong to cut your family off right now, but something in you is telling you that that is what's keeping you held back, you would know deep within, you know that that is what's keeping you from moving forward because of your obligations to them. 3rd of October. So October's a significant month for you and this person, because you've got the 15th of October and the 3rd of October here. The letter J could be an initial. Maybe that's the initial of someone that's holding you back. But the full months, the next 3 months are important for you to really focus on you and your needs. Did I not say write a book? You got book. October is huge for this collective. This says the 26th, it has 26 and 10, 26th of October. You've got the 15th of October, the 3rd, 15th and 26th of October. The next 3 months are huge for you, and then October. Memory, hidden, mystery, secrets, and you got secrets in that, what you think is going on. So there is definitely something that maybe this hasn't been revealed to you yet, and this is what's going to be revealed to you, and it's going to be the catalyst that you need to cut these people off. But if that's not the case, it's just the word philosophy on here is sticking out to me. Your philosophy of life doesn't match anyone else's that you know. So it's up to you to have the courage to follow where you think life should take you, not what everyone else thinks life should be. Your knowledge, your intellect, education, manuscripts, and author. Remember, I said you might be seeking knowledge on how to become self-published. So it doesn't have to be poetry, but for example, if you just have this natural gift to write poems and you want to publish them, look into that. I think this is a specific collective that you're either a songwriter or you want to be. You find yourself writing poems that seem like they could be songs. But I'm actually, especially for that to confirm the feminine energy, I think they inspire that. It's almost like your feminine is your muse for your music, for your poems. And perhaps when you're with them, the two of you together, it's not the best example, but it's like I see these TikToks every now and again of like these well-known writers, these historical writers that are known for their work, and then you find out that their wife actually did majority of the work, and then their husband took the credit for it and would publish it under their name. Not the best example for this, because you don't want to be stealing your partner's work, but there's something about you two working together on this, whether it's that they actually have the knowledge and the intellect to help you publish, but they're your muse for the creative work you make, but the two of you together then figure out how to get your work published. It's like it's a joint venture, but you both have your roles in it. Oh, twin flames. Under the bridge, communicating with your twin flame. That's magical. There's another reader on here called Magic by the Moon. I love her. She's just such good. She inspired me to become a reader. When she uses these cards, when this card comes out, the book specifically, she has this thing where she will say, if you're watching this, find the nearest book to you and turn to either page 10 or 26 or both, and see what the first sentence says. And then that can be an indicator that this reading is for you if it lines up with what I'm saying. So that could be worth trying as well. But you've got twin flames on the bottom, 1111. So what is coming for you, what is meant for you, is to be in divine partnership with this person. They are your mirror. They have the key to your heart. You have the key to this person's heart. And that is why you're going through this awakening. But like I said, you're very in touch because you actually believe you're going through an ascension right now. Even if ascension isn't the word you'd use, but it's like you can feel a change happening in you, and that's your leveling up. There's been some kind of catalyst to this, but you're balancing your masculine and your feminine energies right now. That's what's leveling up. And then number 12. So you've got 11, 11 and 12 here. Maybe the 11th of November, the 11th of December, 12th of November. But communication, unite, and that bridge always makes me think of two people on either side of the bridge, and you do have travel here, so, and there's distance, so you are meant to meet in the middle and compromise. But this is a card of collaboration. There is something very important about when you come back into union with this feminine energy, that you two are meant to collaborate on this project together. I keep feeling that the muse and the artist. So they inspire your work very, I forget Pablo Picasso had muses, but he had one particular muse, the one that he married, that he had children with. Another bad example, because when she decided to leave him, he tried to destroy her career, and she's quite a accomplished artist on her own. There's not very good examples. Be the good example in the world of you and your muse collaborating and sharing in the success together. But this is about overcoming barriers and compromising, and I think that you two can find harmony together in this venture. It's meant to happen. When you two come back together, that energy is electric, and you will expand. You will see your world expand. It's kind of like, as well, it's reminding me of when they say, when you give something to a woman, it grows. So, for example, an easy example would be, well, not an easy example, but you give them a seed and they give you a child. You give them groceries, they'll cook you a meal. It's like you give them a house, they make it a home. Everything you give to your feminine energy, she will expand it, and then in return you provide, you protect. But it's a mutual understanding. There's that you're balancing the energies, and but you have to work at it. It's not as if this person's just going to magically know exactly the right way to handle every situation, and you're the same, and that's why you have to work together. And when you do, and you face obstacles together and overcome them, you become an unstoppable force. That is what this is all about. But you have to bridge the gap here, and that's where you take action. That's crazy. Crazy. All right, let's see. Yeah, I'll get surrender first, and then we'll get some messages. This one can be, I'll get love pop for how you feel and how you see this connection, and I'll get the ticket to ride for how your feminine sees and feels about this connection right now. Okay, surrender. Number 4, I wish you could see that we are mirroring each other right now, but you need to understand you're mirroring too. So in whatever capacity you are feeling kind of triggered in this situation, flip it, because that's what your feminine's feeling in her own way. You're mirroring each other right now. Number 4. Number 3, I feel the sexual energy between us, yet it's beyond physical attraction. It needs to be elevated to the expression of deep, unconditional love. So that passion you have for them, that pull because you desire them so much, because the chemistry is so strong, that's a given, but elevating it beyond that. And unconditional love doesn't mean it's so they have to accept you if you cheat or you lie, or cause them constant problems. It's about when things are difficult, like money problems, for instance, or unconditional love doesn't mean you treat your person like shit and then they have to stay. It's about loving each other through tough times. It's like them loving you even though you in that moment might feel like you're failing at life, and they still love you anyway and encourage the best out of you, and then you do that for them when they're feeling low on life. Communication. I'll contact you when I'm able to. Right now my life is too complicated to bring you into it, but know that I do want to talk to you. I think that's why right now, it's like you understand you're going through something, so you know it's not time yet, but that's coming, and you're not expecting it. But there's going to be a moment of clarity where you're ready to reach out to this person. Number 9, 4th of September. We have a past life connection. Memories are surfacing either consciously or subconsciously. So there's pain from past lives that you've shared with this person, which makes sense because you're twin flames. So you've met in every lifetime and you've lost each other in every lifetime. So there's many cycles of heartbreak and pain that you're trying to heal out, even if it's not that you consciously remember every past life. I mean, you might have had dreams, but there's a lot of pain that has repeated for many lifetimes that needs healing. So that, again, that takes time. Seven again. 3rd of July. I long to sweep you off your feet and shower you with my love. So there's an element too of wanting to make this person feel loved, want them to feel spoiled by you. And maybe that's something that you were lacking in the past. It's something you wanted to do, but you didn't have the ability to at the time. January. So maybe this really did start around the 7th of January. That was only a couple of days ago. I'm beginning to focus on my mission, and our connection is a part of it. Again, confirmation. Your connection is a part of what your mission is supposed to be in this lifetime. And that is your creativity. Number 3, again, creativity. We are alchemists. We transform fear into love and shadow into light. So all the toxic behaviors and all the poison that you've been fed all your life, you're meant to turn that into art. And you're meant to transmute it into something that is part of your journey in this life. You're meant to take all that pain and all the lessons you've learned and put it into some kind of creative venture, and your feminine is part of that venture. You're meant to do this mission together. All right, so let's get how you're perceiving them and the connection right now. Or should I get... No, I'll get you first and then I'll get them. How's the masculine perceiving their feminine and the connection right now? Patience, again. You did get divine timing for what you think is going on, so you have had patience. I just want you to know how much I miss you and how much you mean to me. It's been difficult moving on without you, but I'm waiting on the perfect time to return, and I'm trusting in the process. So you are surrendering to the time here, and you're trusting that it's going to unfold when it's supposed to, and it will. You will have that moment of clarity, and you will know it's time to reach out. But I'm seeing this as well as you know that your feminine has been very patient. It's been a long time. A lot of the collectives I'm getting right now are there's distance and there's been a long time of no communication. Okay, you've got Scorpio and inner turmoil. I'm bounded physically, mentally, and spiritually. I feel there's no way out from where I am. That's the poison you've been fed by your family. I feel imprisoned because of my own doing. And also the damage you caused. You feel trapped, like you can't move forward with this person because of the damage you caused here. So then you get trapped in your mind about it. I'm trying to fight my inner demons, but it's just so difficult at times. But this is what you're working through right now. This is the ascension symptoms. Scorpio, I'm sorry for accusing you of things you didn't even do. The projection. So if you kept accusing them of doing things, you were kind of dobbing on yourself. If you accused them of cheating, were you doing that? Accusing them of speaking out about your relationship behind your back, you are actually doing that. Everything you would tell them not to do or accuse them of is because that was actually within you. I'm so used to people hurting me. I assumed you would trying to hurt me too. I should have treated you better. This is exactly what I said in the beginning. You lumped them in with everyone else that's hurt you in your life. Every friend that's you've been betrayed by. Every romantic relationship you had before your feminine who betrayed you in some way. The way your family wounded you in your childhood. You assumed they were going to do the same. So you didn't trust that they had pure intentions. You didn't trust their pure heart. You see that now. I'm so used to people hurting me. I assumed you were just trying to hurt me too. So what did you do? You hurt them. And by hurting them, you hurt yourself. This is why you're trapped in your mind, because you know that they deserved better. And then you go, can I give them better? Am I better than this? Yes, you are. You're just meant to break free from the poison. And that's why it's taken so long. And then you've got Cancer here. So Cancer and Scorpio could be important signs, but you've got Runner here to confirm inner turmoil. But so because you felt physically and mentally bound by your circumstances and your family and the poison that you'd been bound to your whole life, that's what made you run. So when things with your feminine were hard, you put them in the category of karmic as well, that they were just going to hurt you too, like everyone else has. So you sabotaged the connection and you ran. And this even says afraid of doing the work, so you become selfish. And then you project onto them as if they want too much from you, but it's because they're wanting you to grow. They believe in you. Fears change and the unknown, and then afraid of intimacy and unawakened. But you're awakening now. You're going through that ascension. But it made you feel not worthy of them. And then you would seek validation elsewhere. Anyway, so under patience, you've got Cancer. So I was so hot and cold with you, and I know that was confusing. Our connection was too much for me to handle, and that was the only way I could deal with it. So when things were chaotic in the connection and things seemed like they were going bad, it was too much for you to handle. So you would detach very coldly. So if this person was yearning for you to have warmth and compassion, that's now why you're been tapping into that energy with the Swan, because your empathy, your compassion is needed here. When your feminine needed compassion and nurturing and reassurance, you would turn cold. And it was because it was a defense mechanism. You were protecting yourself, but at least now you see that, and that's something you need to work on. And this is the issue. This is why you ran. I don't know what you want from me. I love you, but I can't give you what you need. I don't have the time or capacity to understand our connection. It's best I leave it alone. It all got too much for you and you ran because you could see, it's like you thought, I can see the writing on the wall. They're just going to hurt me, so I've got to leave. We've just got to rip. It's like you ripped the Band-Aid off with them and abandoned them when it was the poison from your upbringing and the turmoil you'd already gone through all your life that caused you to run. They weren't the cause of your depression. Them wanting you to be more than you were ready to be at that time made you think that they were giving you depression. But you were always meant for more. But you were succumbing to the poison you'd always been around. That being said, you see this now, so it's good. You can break free from this. All right, Scorpio. That's 2 water signs as well, so you could have had a lot of water signs that were interfering here as well. New beginnings. A fresh start with an open mind. And for that to confirm, I'm sorry for accusing you of things you didn't even do, because you need to have an open mind now and realize that you're projecting when you do that. You're telling on yourself when you accuse them of things. Knowing where you lacked in the past and using that to create success, not repeating those bad behaviors. Allowing yourself to accept changes that might bring good things to you. This feminine is a good thing for you. They're your muse. They're your mission. All right. We need to let go of our issues and work through our struggles by recognizing what went wrong and how we played a part in it. Taking accountability. And this person too, because in whatever way they mirrored you, if you were the aggressor, then that means they were the one to withdraw. So maybe you were the one that would get angry and they would be the one that would cry. And that's how you mirrored. Their sensitivity is what you lacked, and they also lacked in what you had, which is that, I don't want to say they needed to toughen up, but there was an element of them needing to stand up for themselves, especially when you were being aggressive. So that's how you mirrored. It's like you became too aggressive and they became too passive when they should have been standing up for themselves, and you needed to be more sensitive to why they were hurting. Does that make sense? What went wrong and how we played a part in it. I love you too much to let you go. Let's start anew. And then you've got false flame on the bottom. So this is what I mean. You put them in the category of a karmic connection in the past, but meanwhile, the whole time, they weren't a false flame. They were your true flame. So it caused emotional distress and created conflicts. And then that's why you thought they were karmic. You were unsure of their feelings towards you, and they gave you more than you gave back. And you were thinking, so this says they do not help you grow and you feel uncomfortable around them. But where they were pushing you to grow and you were feeling uncomfortable is because it was the opposite of what you knew. So it was uncomfortable. So you thought they were keeping you stuck, but they were helping you grow. You may think you found the one, but they wouldn't cause you so much stress if they were. Wake up and realize our connection is the real deal. You're waking up and realizing this connection is the real deal. So again, you're quite tapped in. You know what's going on here. All right, let's get how they feel about you and the connection. How does the feminine feel about the connection and the masculine, please? House of Mirrors, that makes sense. They definitely see this as a mirrored connection as well. I reacted the way I did to show you that your behavior towards me was unacceptable. So the way you acted towards them, like we saw, it was unacceptable. When they were hurting, you were cold and detached instead of being nurturing and compassionate and reassuring them. I see we need to work on our communication. And that's the thing. If this person was trying so hard to communicate with you and they were in so much pain, and then you'd get aggressive or you'd put a wall up and become very hard and cold towards them, and they're a sensitive, pure heart, that's not going to work. You need to be able to communicate properly. This actually even says incorrect assumptions or misunderstandings, intense arguments, unhealthy habits and codependency, mirroring each other by unconsciously reflecting each other's behaviors, emotions and attitudes. This feminine's very aware as well. Cannonball. No matter the time or distance between us, our love is unmatched. I'll always cherish how deeply you affect me. They love you still. They see you as their person as well. And their willingness to take risks for this connection as well. Showing courage and commitment. You would remember this about them. But they feel overwhelmed by intense emotions. That's where you need to be compassionate and really learn your empathy with that swan. That's your energy currently. So perhaps that's where you're recognizing, God, I was so cold and nasty to them and angry when they really needed love and affection. Acting impulsively without considering the consequences. They too could have had running tendencies when they felt overwhelmed by their emotions. But their bold and passionate approach to love, they loved you wholeheartedly. And that love is going to leave a long-lasting impression, a very strong impression. So you've got 19 and 40. Cotton candy. Sometimes we get into sticky situations that we should know better, but at the end of the day, we can still laugh about them together. Do you know what I just heard saw in my mind? I can't remember who said this. Someone said something about like when you're intimate, like, you know what I mean? If there's no laughter, it's not true intimacy. So like when there's like grossness and stuff, when you're in the midst of that intimate time and you're laughing, that's true intimacy. I don't know where that came from, but that made me think of that, especially sticky situations. But anyway, it even says yes, sticky. Number 2. Puppeteer provides guidance and support that may come across as domineering. This is what I mean. So when you felt like they were telling you what to do, or they wanted more from you, or they would give you advice that you would take as criticism, it was them trying to push you to grow. Whether they were even conscious of it or not, it was them trying to get you to see your potential. Exploring new ideas and expressions together while being mindful not to overstep boundaries. I now realize that my actions stemmed from fear, so their reactions to you stemmed from fear. And then what happened? They ended up materializing that fear happening because you ran. But that doesn't mean they deserved it. And I'm truly sorry for being controlling and overprotective. I was afraid of losing you, but my behavior only pushed you away. Especially if the poison you're used to, you might have overbearing mother, overbearing siblings that kind of try to tell you what to do all the time, and you always try to rebel against it. So when this person did that, it triggered that in you and you wanted to rebel against them and run. Boat ride. When I'm with you, I feel totally at peace. So they have memories of feeling completely safe and at peace with you. There's no pressure to impress or pretend to be someone I'm not. They really felt like they could be their self around you. That's nice. I really appreciate you always creating that safe space for me. Number 54. Right, last one. This is good too, because that means this feminine really sees the error of their ways too, but also recognizing where they were not treated well and needed to find their own value again. Clown. I've realized I haven't been taking our relationship as seriously as I should. Now I'm ready to face my feelings and give our relationship the attention and care it deserves. Good. This says as well, ignoring or dismissing serious conversations and prioritizing superficial emotions. So again, that speaks to them having some running tendencies too. They didn't want to have certain conversations because it felt too deep. So again, mirroring each other. Yeah, okay. That's how the feminine feels about the connection and about you. So, messages. What do you want? I want to get these ones. We'll get these first. What is it you want to say? What is on your mind right now towards this feminine? Sorry. You definitely want to apologize. And divine timing, again, that's 3-4 times that you've got divine timing come out. You really are surrendering now, or being called to surrender. We are on the journey and the divine dance on the soul plane. It will manifest into the physical world in perfect divine timing. All we have to do is trust that all will work out beautifully. Sorry. I'm sorry for the pain I have caused you. I'm sorry I wasn't there when you needed me the most. I wanted to be there to comfort you, but I was afraid of letting you down. Again, because you ran. And also because if they were the passive one, if they were the crier, they panicked, they had anxiety, whatever, and you were the aggressor, you weren't the reassurance they needed either. When they were at their lowest, when they needed love and compassion and empathy, and you were the opposite, you were cold and detached and aggressive. Okay, doubt. Please stop doubting our connection. I can sense it and it's making me doubt too. Just have faith and know I will reach out to you when divine timing is right. Trust the process, my love. Everything will work out beautifully. And wanting on the bottom. I'm feeling so urged towards you. I can't help wanting you sexually. Your energy excites me and allures me. I want your touch. I'm craving for you. Your body turns me on. I just want you right now. Please come home, baby. All right, so I'm going to get these ones. What is it you want to say? Messages from the masculine to the feminine, please. Father wounds. Well, that makes sense. You're not going to know how to be a healthy masculine if you have a bad example growing up. This isn't goodbye, father wounds and tears. And that's the thing as well. You've been able to show your sensitive side to your feminine in the past. You would have memories of actually crying in front of them at some stage over something, and you felt safe enough to do that. This isn't goodbye. I don't want to walk away, but it's what's best for me and us right now. This isn't goodbye. We will be together again soon. My father is a big influence on my behavior now as an adult. I have challenges with connecting to the divine masculine energy within me and externally. When I think about you, I cry. You're my favorite. Twin flame again. So you've gotten twin flame, I think 3 times now. You're the person I want to call when something good or bad happens. The first First thought when I have news to share, you are my person. Twin flame, you activated my soul to find my true purpose and destiny in life, tapping into your creativity. Your twin flame is your muse. I feel that strongly with this collective. Thank you for finding, you helped me heal in ways no one else could. Thank you for finding me again in this time around. And that's the thing, helping you heal in ways that no one else could is also the conflict and the way that you two wounded each other when you were acting out of each other's wounds. It enlightened you on things, that areas that you had long ago shut down, and same for them. So in the ways you hurt each other, that showed you what you needed to heal as well. It's not always healing as in everything they did was so loving. It's like the ways you hurt each other showed you where you needed to heal as well. That's all part of it. All right, last one. This is that move on. Someone is unavailable, a waste of time, it's over. You've heard something recently or a while back that this person's dating, or they've met someone new, and it's made you spiral. And even the thought of them moving on and you losing them truly causes you so much pain. So you spy, but you're not getting the information you need. You're overworking yourself trying to find out information that you're not going to have until you ask the source. Is it true? I heard you were dating someone. Is it true? Please tell me it isn't. And that's to confirm tears. When I think about you, I cry. Your perfection. Your beauty amazes me. I'm not sure how I attracted someone like you, but I'm forever grateful. All right. Let's get advice for you, and then we'll close this out with an angel card. Get tarot. What is your advice for this collective and next actions? Five of Pentacles, regret, loss, conflicted, alone, missing someone, no communication, blocked, outsider. This is where you're feeling cut off from them. I'm actually seeing someone like with their face pressed against a window, and it's all like foggy except for where you're breathing on the glass. You're like looking on the outside in with your magnifying glass instead of just knocking on the door and going in. It's keeping you in this missing them instead of actually taking action because you're too consumed by the regret. Seven of Cups. So you got Taurus, you got Scorpio, but this is all about indecision and being trapped by the illusions. This is what you need to break free from. But that's where free will is. You have multiple choices, and which cup are you going to fill? Not all the cups serve you. So it's about choosing the cup that actually benefits you. Two of Cups, divine union. In love, union, harmony, happy relationship, reconciliation. There's Cancer again. So Cancer could be important. You've Scorpio and Cancer. Higher learning, the Hierophant, traditions. This is marriage. This is a spiritual teacher. So that's what I mean as well. Your sensitivity, like poetry, like songwriting, whatever the creative outlet is, painting, you are meant to touch people's lives on a different level. It's not meant to be, it's like when people look at art and they just don't get it and they're like, oh, a kid could have painted that, or I just don't get it. Like, how can people call that art? Which is like, okay, well then that's not meant for you. That art doesn't speak to you. but it speaks to other people. What you do creatively is meant to speak to a certain collective of people and will help them grow and evolve in their life. You're meant to guide people in some way, shape or form, be a teacher in some way, shape or form. You could be a spiritual guru, or the way you use your creativity, your wisdom will help guide others. The regret and the loss and the disappointments you've had in life is how you're going, the way you tap into that loss and regret is how you're going to help others. Ace of Cups, picking the right cup, the cup that's going to fill you up. And that is love. Choosing love. And this is self-love as well. Choosing the cup that is serving you, that is meant for you, the one that fills you up, not takes from it. And remember, you're feeling so undervalued at the moment, underappreciated. Pick the cup that's going to fill you with love. All right, Two of Cups. Knight of Wands with Six of Wands. Leo and Sagittarius. This is about taking action. And Six of Wands is about success. They're clearly saying here, to your union with this person, reconciling with them is where your success lies. But it's up to you to take action. With the Lovers on the bottom, another card of divine union. Partnership, commitment. You have to make this decision to fill your cup. That's a very good spread, because the only negative card is the Five of Pentacles. But everything that's caused you to feel like an outsider all your life, to feel like you're alone and you're always lost and you're missing them and you have so many regrets and you've gone through so many losses in your life, all that was to lead you into becoming this Hierophant. That's even above Kings, because you've got the Kings and Queens of the deck, you've got Pages, you've got Knights. I mean, you do have the Knight of Wands here, but I'm seeing that more as you needing to take action towards this union so that you can have success in your life. That's the cup that you need to fill. You might think you have loads of choices here, but not all these cups benefit you. The cup of love is what benefits you. When you go towards union with your person, that is what's going to feed you. That's where your success lies. The Hierophant, their match is the High Priestess, like the Emperor to the Empress. You went through everything you've been through to become this Hierophant, to be this spiritual leader of some kind. And it's about commitment, marriage. There's so much here. You've got Two of Cups, you've got the Lovers, you've got the Hierophant, and the Page of Wands. There's so much love here and so much abundance waiting for you if you take the action. You can lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink. You have to take the sip. You have to pick the cup and sip from it. Okay, let's close this out, shall we? What is your closing message for this collective, please? Blessings. Your feminine's a blessing. New love. Sign. This is a sign. And it's a new love in the sense of you're renewing this love. You're rekindling this romance with this person that is your twin flame. Cupid's about to shoot his arrows into your bum. A new chapter in your love life begins. Whether it is with a new partner or rekindled love in a current relationship, you're about to rekindle things with this person. Open your heart, it'll help you attract more love. Open your heart to a new infusion of divine love through a partner in your life. The angels are preparing you to be aware of new people entering your life as a new mate, maybe unlike your previous partners. And that's the thing, your twin flame is unlike anyone else you've ever dealt with. That's why you can't forget them. Be open to changes in your current relationships and don't cling tightly to ideas of how you think relationships should be. That's the poison that they've been feeding you. This is a time of wondrous changes in your love life, and you are asked to trust God and your guardian angels to work things out for your highest good. Changes in your love life will only be painful if you are rigid in your thoughts or behaviors. If you flow with the current of love, you'll find that old parts of your love life wash away. They are rapidly replaced by new aspects that will delight you. Current relationships may end, your family, friends, unhealthy, toxic behaviors may end, or they may act as a transition into a new phase of passion and renewed love. Or a new partner may enter your life, inspiring great happiness for you both. But in this case, we know that you're going back towards your twin. So that's a sign if the whole reading is you being led back to them. Hang on, what's this? 5 of Swords, no more mind games. 6 of Cups, returning to someone from your past. A second chance at love. Perfect. But again, you've got free will, it's up to you, but that is where they're guiding you. That is where your happiness is. This is your muse, your partner in life. This is where your purpose lies. So it's up to you to take that chance and take this opportunity to go back towards where your happiness is. Take action is the main message here.